Welcome to the Falls Count Everywhere podcast. Yeah, you got it right. It's 2 weeks and 13 minutes into the making. Well, for crying out loud, we are finally here, everybody. It is the Falls Count Everywhere podcast. We're finally, hopefully, on the right track again on here on the Sunday night. Yes, started late again, and I'm telling you what, I've had a very, very busy week myself, and tell you what, this is just not. It doesn't get any better. It doesn't get any better as far as being less busy. I am Rough Cut Rick Ruby. To the left of your screen, to the right, of course, my partner in crime. It is the Gem City Mouth, Zmiz. Like I said, I've been very, very busy. And how has your past week been? We're getting close to the end of the holidays here, at least for Christmas, anyway. So, how about you?
I've had a little down last couple of days. Today was a little bit better for me. Just I don't know. Something was off this week on me, and I felt it pretty hard, but I think I got through it. I did get a chance to. You notice anything?
Oh, you put more knickknacks up.
Yeah, I got the money title. I got Punk. The Miz, Zack Ryder, MVP, hanging out with Shark Boy.
No, that's not Punk. There's no employment line behind him.
Oh, I don't care what you say.
Not Punk.
I still like Punk. Punk is one of my favorites. I don't care what anyone says. Do I think he did things maybe wrong? Potentially. But at the same time, I don't know if he was all in the wrong. So.
Yeah, true. All right, we got to do this again. Seeing some Facebook users, we welcome everybody in. If you want to have your names seen, chat.restream.io/FB to allow Facebook to use your name and picture, so we can get you in. Alan's
Hi,
here.
Alan.
What's up, buddy? Alan's
we're talking
here.
To you, by the way, and we're talking to you. Yeah. By the way, you might be the same person. We don't know. See, it's Tim. It's Tim. It's Tim.
Oh, okay. It's Vader. It's Vader. Oh my God. So let's go and get into our little we're running behind once again, so we're gonna have to restructure a little bit things. Shawna has made, like I said, it's over 2 weeks in the making, and doggone it, Restream has just been not really the friendliest of platforms for us lately, but we are going to move past it. Tired of it.
One of those users is Hardcore Andy. Shout out.
Yeah, I was gonna say Hardcore Andy's and it's Jungle Juice. That's for a different time. All right. How about this? Let's make this announcement here. You still have time to order your official Falls Count Everywhere podcast t-shirt. If you have your order and money in by this coming Tuesday, you will get it by the holiday. Guaranteed. So all of this $20. You see the info there. Where to send the money.
Everybody's Christmas list.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, if you're not wearing like one of these shirts, and I know Z's got his.
I failed.
It's all right. You can't wear it all the time. I understand. But hey, man, if you're not wearing this, you're gonna get about as over as Top Dollar trying to do a suicide plancha over the top to the outside.
Hey. Damn. So let's give him some credit. Big Dude's actually done it fairly well a couple times in NXT. So I see why he felt he could. Leg gave out. It happens. It's show business, guys. Let's not beat these guys over for attempting to wow us, but it did make for hilarious spot. So
oh my gosh. Well,
it doesn't beat God dang it. The slide.
Who?
Oh, he did the slide at the world's greatest Royal Rumble or world's largest Royal Rumble.
Oh, you're talking about Titus O'Neil.
Titus O'Neil.
No,
I knew it.
no,
That's one of the best fumbles, and that's one of the best fumbles in wrestling.
That will be
Ever.
forever.
I don't care if it
tried,
was fake or real. It was great.
I was like, you cannot be tripping over a ledge with a big 16-foot, size 16 shoe over a mat and you go sliding. Dude, you don't know what's underneath the ring. You can't just do that. You can't try to do that. You know that is an accident. So,
oh no,
oh my God.
All right.
Anyway, let's move on. There's actually a few shows here that we've got on tap. We want to push again. Once again, December 31st. This is in Streator, Illinois, for Powerhouse Wrestling Extreme, with featuring Rhino as your headliner on that card. Of course, Joey Grunge on the card. Sanji is on the card, and just a array of talent that's there. And also, there's going to be champagne toast, appetizers, and music. So they're bringing in the new year with the wrestling, and they're going to get crunked afterwards. So, I guess it's a good time by all. But that's not the only show happening on New Year's Eve. Here we go with IWA Productions with the six-pack challenge for the light heavyweight title, IWA championship with your boy Sid challenging Chris Cade in a tag team title match.
Heating up, by the way. Heating up rivalry.
Yeah.
I mean, it's about to hopefully have its end, but have you been watching that feud?
No, I have not been watching the
feud.
Some
slimy moves. No, it's great. It was great stuff. Great stuff.
Yeah, I guess I gotta catch up on. There's a lot I have to catch up on. I've been having my head in other places.
Both those guys put in work on that.
Oh yeah. They do. But that's $10 for the floor seats, $5 for bleachers. Once again, that's at 521 Perkins Street in Mount Vernon, Illinois. And just announced this week, if you're watching SICW All-Star Wrestling, their next card has been announced for Saturday, January 14th at the East Crown Light Community Center. Two big matches with a 6-man elimination tag match featuring Devastation Incorporated against Big Texan, Gary Jackson, and Bobby D. And now Flash Flanagan now answering the call to the Purple Haze Andrew Anderson, who is going to be escorted by the Taskmaster Kevin Sullivan. So that is going to be one for the books.
Crazy.
Yeah, that is a crazy show to start off the new year for SICW. So hey, let's go ahead and so that's all the shows we got for now. And like I said, this is our kind of our first big show before we go off to I guess our first pretty much scheduled show for the year. We'll talk about maybe possibly what we have upcoming for you guys for 2023, maybe. But let's do this, huh? Yeah, let's do this. We're ready. We are at time for the golden memes. Yes, we are.
I like turtles.
Yes, sir. We kind of our getaway here. So, what do we have this week? Oh, yes. This week's golden memes brought to you by the folks by the place with friendly folks. Yes, if you're in the hardware business, yes, you want to visit Oos Hardware, buddy. Man, can't get any better than
always
that.
Has the stuff or something. That's kind of like their jingle, right?
Yeah. Oos is the place of the helpful hardware folks. Yeah, that's it. There you go. Oh, let's see. What have we got this week? I almost forgot. I put it up here, but I guess it's going to be a surprise for me. So, oh, yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Wrestling is fake. Try telling it to this guy.
So dumb.
Oh, my gosh. Woo. Nothing says.
I've actually watched that match because of this meme.
Oh, my gosh. Can't get any better.
Dude, I CSI'd that match. Like, I took that photo, right? The meme. And then you can go into Google and you can search the photo. Like,
that is insane.
And then I found the match and watched it. Like, CSI shit that. It was great.
Well,
it was dumb.
But the guy was trying to protect his head. I guess he did his job. So I don't
goofy.
know. Oh shit! What's this next one here? Oh yeah. Regards to gaming, final boss when you find him, final boss when you unlock him as a playable character. Oh my gosh!
But see, that's the Steve Austin I fell in love with. Was Stunning Steve Austin, because I was a WCW kid.
Yeah, I was too. But this is even going back to
That's
USWA.
farther back. Yeah,
this is going back when we first started in Dallas. So that's
that's way back there. But
yeah,
that just Stunning Steve Austin just strikes me. And then like when him and Brian Pillman, like, oh, that stuff was great stuff.
Nothing like some tiger print, I'll tell you.
Right?
Yeah.
And of course, Steve can pull it off.
Of course he could. Here we go. For the holidays, people that normally shop at Target when they go inside a Walmart, throwback to John Paul Levesque and Lord Steven Regal.
That's the good stuff, man.
Oh yeah, that's some good stuff right there. And what do we got for our last one here? Oh yeah, this is it. Right from Kurt Angle's birthday celebration. Jason Jordan.
It's terrible.
Hey, that's a
it's funny. It's
card.
funny. It's funny. It's wrong, but it's funny.
Oh, it's funny as hell. Love it, man. Oh,
there's another one that said like best dad ever or something.
Oh yeah, best dad ever. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that is Gable Stevenson. Yeah, Gable Stevenson was on that show too. I wonder if they really are going to start doing something with him. I just kind of wonder. But
we'll see.
Oh yeah, we'll see. And we'll see if I can get this turned off. There we go. Yes. Thank God. I think somebody's sending me something. Is this? No, okay. Well, I'm gonna have to ignore it for now because I can't get it. Okay. Not a problem. We've already had enough glitches. We already had enough things in our way. But we'll talk about some other things, maybe. But our most important thing here,
we're going to.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, we'll go. We usually do. So, but the most important part of the show, of course, is our featured guest, right? So our featured guest, of course, has been at least in the business at least 8 years. Has been winning, making appearances on the big major platforms in the wrestling business, highlighting with AEW, and of course also doing some behind the scenes work with WWE as well. And just a lot to talk about, even with just being with the short time of the business. So, ladies and gentlemen, give it up for our featured guest of the evening. And she is none other than the daughter of 1,000 Maniacs, Miss Shawna Reed. And cue. Thank you.
Ooh, she brings gold.
It works.
Yes, it works. Yes. Hi, Shawna. I'm so glad. And you know what? I do apologize. And I think it's these tech gremlins around the holidays that are really trying to put a little wrench in what we're trying to do. But I appreciate you coming back again. We actually had to fight some gremlins that attacked your phone. And so, well, but we're getting all through it. So, seeing you're sporting a little bit of the gold there, we'll talk about that. But how are you overall? Because I'm sure you're running rapid, throughout not just the weekend, but throughout the entire week.
Yeah, no, I actually just got home from traveling, like not even like 4 hours ago. So, just finally getting home, taking a shower, and taking care of the zoo of animals that I have in my house. And then sitting down to do a podcast and drinking a glass of wine. That's how I'm ending my night.
Well, hey, you can't really beat it. You can't really beat it. Me, I do too much, so I'm kind of old, so I need to stay on my feet. So, which by the way, I got lit last night, so and it's been which by the way is you missed out on. So
I know. I do thank the guys down there at SICW and Herb Simmons himself for the invite. Just wasn't meant for the cards, unfortunately.
Yeah, I got relaxed silly. I don't get stupid. I just get relaxed silly, and who knows? I'll make a damn fool out of myself. I don't know. All I know is I was wise enough to take aspirin and a full glass of water before I went to bed. So I feel a lot better. When I
You
woke
did
up.
remember things from the 20s.
Right? Right? Oh my gosh. Woo. So we've all had our fun this weekend. And we're just kicking back and capping off. And we're gonna get things started here with some of our questions here. And of course, I'm going to be the one, of course, to start off with here, Shawna, because like I said, we want to showcase the heart and the good, hardworking men and women. Well, men, I've been mostly men. I'm sorry, but we're going to try to get more women on the show. I'm trying to diversify. I'm trying to get out there. So we want to showcase the true working people in this business. So my first question to you is: who was your favorite wrestler to watch that ultimately helped your decision to start your professional wrestling career? And also tell us the story on how you got into the business and start training.
So how I first kind of got into the business was because of one guy. Well, how I first figured out professional wrestling was even a thing. Me and my brother, when we were kids, we would fight over the PS2. So my mom,
Oh my God.
yeah. So my mom would like schedule times that like we would get to play it, like because we literally fought like over this PS2, and if we wanted to play during that hour that wasn't ours, we had to play what the other person wanted to play. And my brother would always play WWE. Now, I didn't know at the time that this was even a freaking thing. I thought this was just a video game. I'm like, sure, whatever. I mean, I get to literally play fight my brother and like beat him in this situation too. Cool, I'm gonna do it. So my brother like would quiz me in between like the matches because like those people would show up in between your matches, and I would just pick who I thought was cool because I didn't know any of these people. So my favorite wrestler at the time and the one that actually got me in the business was Chris Benoit.
Oh, yes. Thank
I
you.
was so scared she was going to say Jeff Hardy.
No. Multiple sweetheart. But no, it was Chris Benoit. And like he was the first one I ever memorized because my brother, like I said, would quiz me on like these guys that would show up on the like the screen. And Chris was the first one I ever memorized. But like my favorites growing up were like Chris, obviously, Kane, Undertaker, Shawn Michaels, Triple H. Females was Mickie James, Victoria, Trish Stratus, people like that. But yeah, like what got me into it was, I mean, I get what has happened and I get the controversy, but Chris was the one that got me interested in the business first. And then I figured out it was an actual thing. It was a freaking TV show. So I started, staying up, watching it. My mom hated it. My parents hated it because I'm a girl and they wanted the girly girl, the bow and, all that stuff, but they didn't get it. They got the tomboy girl. And they would never let me watch wrestling. Like I wasn't allowed. And then my mom, like, finally, she kind of started breaking a little bit and she'd buy me like the shirts. Like she'd buy me the shirts, she'd buy me the DVDs, but I was never allowed to watch it. Like I was never allowed to like actually get tickets to go to it. I was never allowed to do it, never allowed anything. And then the second I moved out of my parents' house, like it was still a thing that I wanted to do. And I went through that phase that everybody I feel like goes through where they stop watching it a little bit. And then I moved into my first apartment and I was like, you know what? Like, I'm just going to randomly turn on WWE and just see what's going on. And the person on TV was Ambrose Moxley. And I really liked what they were doing with him. And then AJ Lee. AJ Lee is my ultimate inspiration. And she it sparked my interest again. I lived in Cincinnati. Ambrose is from Cincinnati. Well, Mox is from Cincinnati. I looked up who trained him, contacted who trained him, and the rest is history. I started training with Cody Hawk like the following week. And Cody Hawk's who trained John Moxley.
So. Nice. So kind of a good string of people to be around, or at least in the direction that you want to go, considering the way the Mox has channeled his career. Getting to know, getting to see what he's done on CZW, which is, oh my gosh, sometimes it's, I got mixed emotions about CZW, but I mean,
He was one of the reasons I watched them.
Yeah, because it's like, so they have some good wrestlers, but it's just, my God, it's just when they start breaking out light tubes and glass
that death
planes,
match,
and I'm like,
took the
oh,
skull to his head,
Yeah.
oh,
like brutal.
Yeah.
oh
No,
my
I know Mox like as a person because I've gotten to hang out with him and go out with him a few times because of who trained me and all that. So I've gotten to actually hang out with him, like, and now that I know Mox as a person, I'm like, what in the world, bro? Like, what do? Like, why?
Oh my gosh. I'm sure he is. And we're all interesting. We think we're interesting enough inside the ring. We can even be just as interesting, or if not more, outside of it. So,
Yeah.
so I know all about that.
If I could sit next to John Moxley for a tutelage session, I would.
You wouldn't get it. He'd be quiet the whole time. He'd look at you and be like,
that's cool.
Mox is very backward and very quiet until you get to know him, and then the man will shut up.
That's fair. It's how you survive in this world. I'm learning. So with that being said, one of the trainers that got you started in the business is now your husband. Mm-hmm. How much influence on your whole career has Cody Hawk had on you, and like, how far does it stop now at the door, or do you still get trained, as you're going? Like, do you guys still critique each other or what?
So he does Micro Wrestling Federation now. He tours a lot, so I'm gonna be honest, I barely see him. He doesn't really, so I don't really get to see him that much anymore. So he doesn't really get to watch my stuff. He used to, and he would, tell me what he likes, what he doesn't like. But like, so now that he's doing stuff with Micro, he hasn't really been around to like look at my stuff. And then there are times where like I used to show him stuff. And then he'd be like, that was shit. And I'd be like, but I thought that was really, really good. And he'd be like, no, that was shit. And I'd be like, come on. Like, I don't know. I've shown him some of my stuff in the UK, and like, he'll tell me if like my strikes look like shit. I'd be like, crap. Cause, but like, if I show him stuff, then he definitely will watch it. Like, but he's just been so busy with the Micro Wrestling Federation that's kind of like, and this has only been a few months that this has happened, that he's been so like on the road and training them and doing great and amazing things with them. So I've kind of just backed off and let him really focus on making them better. And then like I have at a few places, like guys that I know that have been in the business a long time, like I'll ask them to watch my stuff. And when I come in the back, critique the hell out of me. Like, tell me like what sucked, what I need to improve on, what you liked. Like, Pompano Joe, for instance, at FGW in Hamilton, Ohio. I'll get there about an hour early, and me and him just roll around in the ring. And just like nothing, we lock up and we go. This is like an hour before freaking doors, and I'm supposed to be getting ready. And he'll be like, no, like you need to do this. And then later in the night, I'll make him watch my match. He'll watch it, and like, if I know like I messed up or something, he'll come and be like, you know what I'm going to tell you? And I'm like, I know. Like, so no, like now that Cody's moved on to a different project, like I want him to be focused on that. And so now I'm having other guys in the business give me their criticisms. And it's actually been really cool to see like the dynamics.
Yeah, that's the fun part.
Yeah, so it's really cool to get other people's opinions, and like, especially not someone that you live with that doesn't want to hurt your feelings. Like, like for instance, like again, Joe will tell me, be like, look, this freaking sucked and you never need to do it again. Like, like things like that. So
wow.
It's nice to hear that you still have that same drive, because I don't know if you remember, you and I have actually been on a show together here in my hometown of Quincy, Illinois, with RCW.
Oh my god!
And I remember you having that. I remember you having that same drive then, and like asking everybody in the back, like, was it good? Was it? Be real. Was it good? I remember that girl, and now to see you, so like I've been a fan of yours since then, and I've watched and watched you grow and stuff. So it's awesome to see you still have that passion.
Thing is, I remember that match in Quincy.
Uh,
I was a heel, and the whole time, because they said everybody went like below their times, and like they're like, you need to go out there and like literally like kill like 25 minutes. I'm like, I need to do what now? 25 minutes, and I was a heel, so I went out there and I'm like, ref, just be ready. And I went out there and I flirted with the referee.
It was she flirted with me at the commentary. It was great. Like it was fun stuff. It was a blast. It was awesome. So like it was a good time. You were awesome, and like I hope to one day maybe grace a locker room with you again, because it was so nice, and that's why like the show's so cool. But like I'm really happy to see your passion, your fire still there burning, and like still asking those questions, because I feel the same way. Like that's how Ruby and I got hooked up. Like, so to see another fellow person that is busting their ass to try to make something of themselves in this place and learning from greats, I love it.
I hope so too. Yeah.
Yeah, like I say, you always have to keep wanting to drive and learn in this business. You never stop learning until you decide when it comes time, when that day comes, that you unlace your boots in the middle of the ring and you walk out of there. You got to keep learning every day. Even with me, because I'm always trying to critique, even with me and getting up in my in my late 40s and still trying to still trying to find out, try to keep my mind open, from things what I even started back in 1996. So I mean, it's sometimes, it gets to be a challenge, but then it's like you got to keep your eyes and ears open to what you can mix in a little bit more than when you first started. So so I totally get that. But just reflecting back to you here, Shawna, about a couple of years ago, you actually went down to the Rhodes Wrestling Academy to improve your skills inside the ring. At the time, when you were in the business, I mean, after you got out of there, what new knowledge did you take from there, from your initial training, different from your initial training when you did get into the business? So what different did you take away from your initial training and you got more from the RWA?
So I got lucky enough to be picked for the very first class, Justin's very first class ever. I actually had to like kind of politic my way into it, because he was very much just wanting people that were literally just starting. He didn't want anybody that knew anything, like that had been in the business at all. And so he called me a few times. I had to be like, look, Dustin, like, one, me as a fan of Dustin Rhodes as a kid, like Dustin Rhodes is calling my phone, like, hello.
I would cry.
Yeah, no. The first time he called me, I was coming home from wrestling training. And I'm like, are you kidding me right now? This is not Dustin Rhodes. And he's like, yeah, I'm like, okay. But like, he had to like, he kind of told me that he didn't really want people that have been in the business. I'm like, I understand that. But my situation was, I felt like I was at a standstill. Like I was at like just the plateau, like nothing was happening. I was staying with the same companies I've been working for, but I wasn't going anywhere. I wasn't elevating myself. And that's what I really wanted. And I kind of wanted to start over. Like I wanted to completely start from the very beginning, like redesign myself. Like I really wanted to get more aggressive. Like my whole thing in the ring is I want to keep my opponent safe, because I've been injured so many times. Like I don't want to injure an opponent. Thankfully, so far, I don't think I have, but like, I want to be aggressive with it. Like I'm very careful in the ring, but I want to look like I'm killing you. And that's something like I told him, I'm like, look, Dustin, like, I'm not trying to like come in to think it's a shot at AEW. I'm literally just wanting to, like, from one of the greatest minds in the freaking company, like, I'm wanting to start over. I'm wanting to, like, tone myself, like, do things like that. And he's like, you know what? Like, I want you. You're in. I'm like, cool. And like, I think that kind of helped him a lot too, because I was the test dummy for everything. He'd be like, okay, we're going to do arm drag. Shawna, get in the ring. All right, we're gonna do suplexes. Shawna, come here. And I'm telling you, taking a friggin' suplex from Dustin Rhodes, who's like 6'7", like, yeah, taking a Samoan drop from Dustin Rhodes, like his legs, like I'm pretty sure I took like 7 a class.
Wow.
But like, you know, like leaving there, like I came back such a different person. Like he helped me with my character. He helped me with my confidence. He helped me like with my aggression and made me remember why I love wrestling. Cause like wrestling takes a huge mental toll on people, like huge mental toll. And I'm not gonna lie, I was in that mental state of mind where I was like, maybe I'm not cut out for this anymore. And like the way Dustin like made me feel, and like the way he was like, no, I don't know why you're not signed yet. Like to hear that from one of your childhood heroes, like, and him mean it is a huge deal to me. And like he put so much time and effort into me, and I'm so freaking thankful, to the point now he calls me his daughter. Like I call him dad. Like I've stayed at his house, like he'll fly me into Austin and I've stayed at his house multiple times. Like when his daughter was pregnant, like, you know, I was one of the first ones that knew. I just couldn't say anything. Like, you know, like, so becoming like a family with like one of your childhood heroes is amazing. And I know for a fact, if I called him up today and said, I need this, like if I even said, hey, Dustin, I'm like stranded in freaking Winnipeg, Canada, can you help me? He freaking finds some way to help me, you know, like, but I graduated top of my class, at his school. Like I was the top. Everybody there, like, they had a valedictorian. They nominated me as the valedictorian. I had to give a speech at graduation. He was doing his showcases, and he made me his first women's champion ever. And I held the belt for longer than anybody's held the belt for his champion. I was a champion there. So like, I don't know. It's really freaking cool. Like literally young. If you would have told 8-year-old Shawna that she'd be staying the night at Dustin Rhodes' house, and like I'd be like, But literally, like, it's so cool. It's amazing. Like he's done so much for me. He's my papa, and I love him.
That's freaking awesome. That's one of my heroes too. More so DDP than him, but like he ranks right up there.
Yeah.
Dude, when you talk about character work, there's no one better to learn from for character work than Dustin Rhodes.
No. Gold Dust, I mean, come on.
He took one of the worst gimmicks of all time and made it freaking a classic.
Yeah, like to this day, I think Vince was trying to say, hey, you know, like trying to screw him over. And he's like, you know what? Give me this freaking character. Bet. Watch me go out there and make it like over.
I mean, I've been a fan of all the Rhodes family going back to Dusty, because my grandmother taught me, and then I went back and learned more about him as I got older. But Dustin Rhodes, I remember the match they did with the semi truck, and they're driving down the highway. He was in it. Like
I remember that.
He made everything work somehow decent-ish or amazing. So he became one of my favorite. And then Cody came around, and Cody was one of my dudes from day one. Like when you talk about like how somebody came in and everything, I think Cody has one of the best stories of any professional wrestler.
Yeah.
Character-wise. Sorry. Back to some of my favorites, man. But so we've already talked about one of your titles you've won, and you don't have no more, but you have 7 other ones. Is that correct? You have 7 right now standing, and not just in the U.S., but also you've won over the pond, collected some UK ones too. Out of all those titles that you've won, and specifically the 7 that you currently have, which one stood out to you as like, aha, I did it kind of thing? and the most memorable one, or are you just gunning now, girl?
Of course, I'm just gunning, but I can think of 3 that obviously like were like my like okay, like this something's going on here, like, and that is obviously this UK title. Like obviously you're always going to remember the first title, like you get to raise out of a different country, like that's like I don't know, that was a dream come true for me as like just joining this business. The RWA title, the Rhodes Wrestling Academy title, the fact that Dustin Rhodes trusted me enough to make me his like the face of his women's division, like that was a huge thing. And then the War women's title, War Wrestling in Lima, Ohio was the first indie show I ever went to as a kid. I mean, not really as a kid because I wasn't allowed to watch wrestling. I mean, ever went to in general. It was the first indie promotion ever I went to as a fan. And then I ended up selling like t-shirts for the boys while I was there. Like, you know, like it was my first thing with wrestling ever. And when I started working for them, the promoter was not really keen on women's wrestling. So he didn't ever have a women's match. He had one girl on the show that he likes that he would put in matches with men. And I was like, I am going to somehow be the next girl that he wants to, you know, to do, like to make the project, to make part of his promotion. And then he started like doing women's matches and stuff. And I'm like, okay, cool. I'm going to try to slide in here. And I did. I slid in there. I was part of the pre-show a few times. But then like I really started getting over with the fans. And for like 6 straight years, like I was like their big baby face. But I had overheard in the locker room because like the big heel at the time like was like, why are you not putting the belt on Shawna? Like, what is going on? And like there had been rumors going around, and like what was said was, I don't think Shawna could be champion. And I was like, what? Like, I am the biggest baby face you have. But okay. But that was like, all right, game on. Let's make it. Let me prove to you why you're wrong. And like 8 months later, I'm the longest reigning War Women's Champion right now. So that was a huge thing because it was like more like I told you so. And it was the first thing I ever had with indie wrestling, first company. So now I am the face of their women's division. And so that's just something cool to me.
That's a powerful statement right there.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you know, it's good to when you're getting that notoriety and thinking, you know, you're getting that far ahead, you're getting over even without, you know, before you even get a belt, at least in a certain promotion. It's like, you know, what are we doing? You know, and I guess others make you say, you know, what are we doing? You know, it's, you know, you're getting way over. But it's good to get those experiences in, especially, you know, going back to Dustin, you know, taking the women's academy title down there. It's you know, it's definitely a huge honor, and you still have that title, I still believe, right? You don't? That's the one you lost.
Yeah, no, I had to pass it on to the next one.
Oh, okay. So, all right. So, well, gosh, I'm kind of wondering. So, kind of wondered about that. So, did you have to? You actually had to ship that belt back. You know, like, hey, Dustin, you're gonna send me a label, and I send it. It's like, no, we got to take it off you. Okay, well, where's the label at, Pops? I mean, come on.
He would only have us defend it on every showcase, and every feud was every like 3 or 4 months after a camp. So I had it for 3 camps.
Oh, okay.
Then I had to, you know, pass it on so someone else could have it, and probably because I mean they spent a lot of money bringing me in, so
right. Yeah, I imagine so. But hey, you know, having that good of a run, even still having
Dude,
that belt,
some of those
awesome.
showcases, like I've went and like stopped, for the day because they post them on YouTube. Some of those showcases for both his school and Cody's school are phenomenal things to watch. Like, so anyone that's like getting in or wanting to get in, go check out both those showcases because you could be entertained.
Yeah, it's fun. It's a lot. It's a lot of fun actually. So I do it.
Well, going back to your recent travels here, since you started traveling overseas to the UK, wrestling for UKW, gotta kind of inquiry here because you're there in front of the audience, in the UK and doing live shows. Is there anything different between the in-ring style with the talent over in the UK, along with the fans' reaction from the shows you do over there than what you do here in the US? And if so, how are they different from the in-ring styles and the crowd reactions than you usually get with the live shows here in the States?
Oh, they love me in the UK.
I bet they do.
I started going over to the UK prior to COVID. I was going at least once to twice a year with British Empire Wrestling. And then the year COVID hit, I had like 2 bookings with them and then a booking in Ireland. And then COVID obviously hit and it was just meh. And then BEW went under during COVID. And so then I put out there that I wanted to work in the UK again. And I contacted, I worked one show for DOA when I was over there. And then, but UKW, I worked at least, so far I've worked 4 shows for them. And they have been amazing. Like, they have been very open to me, like giving them like ideas. Like, hey, we should do this. We should do this. Like, I know I'm like just kind of your guest, but if you're interested, I'd be interested in doing this. Difference wise, they call moves. Some moves are different. For instance, like a heel is called an Achilles.
Okay.
And then like, I can't remember off the top of my head. I think a baby face is called like a blue eyes, but I can't remember off the top of my head because I've always been a heel.
Interesting.
And I mean, they love it when you chant USA.
I'm sure they do.
But like a lot of their style like is very much, I mean, the same, other than like some of their moves are a little bit different, some things like that. I've only wrestled 2 girls with UKW, 2 girls, but the rest has been, I've been feuding with this guy named Cayman Carlisle. And I love working with him. He's so open to doing anything. And like, he doesn't treat me like I'm a girl. It's like, you're going to get in there and you're going to freaking take this. Okay, cool. Like, we have really good chemistry and we only had met each other twice, like, and one time it was in a steel cage me and him were in. And that was the first time we had met. It was like, hey, we're going to go do a steel cage match. By the way, I'm Shawna. Like, like to be able to have that kind of trust and chemistry with someone that you just meet and have to go into a steel cage, especially with people that are in different countries. So I'm really happy and excited to be doing that feud with him. My tag partner, Paul Hubris, like me and him are just like, we click like this. Like, we are literally the same person, just male, female. We call each other Bonnie and Clyde. Like, we are like, and yeah, no, the UK, I freaking love it. I get to go over there and like, I leave, I think January 25th or 6th to go back over there for another week. So,
nice.
Yeah, I'm so excited.
Nice. So you actually brought up something I've been like really talking about here lately. Okay, so I was one of the few people that were sad the 24/7 title went away. Now hear me out. I wanted it to become a women's title, more so directed towards like maybe hardcore style or like a weird fusion of like diva wrestling, just something odd and different, right? And with that being said, with the fact that you were in a steel cage match, we just saw War Games get its final hopeful spot with Survivor Series and women's wrestling taking this full frontal from Impact to ROH, where girls are getting more okay with the hardcore stuff. How are you feeling about that? Because I love it. I love seeing like those hardcore feuds, blow-offs, the done feuds being in those elements. It's a beautiful thing, and I'm loving to see female wrestling progress to that next level. How are you feeling about that, being one of those females taking the torch on?
Freaking hurts, man. Like
fair enough.
my like sixth match in the freaking business was a street fight. Me and Haley Shadows against Mickey Knuckles and Dementia. I ended up going scar windshield. I have scars on my freaking and my thigh for that. But like I'm if it makes sense, I am totally down for it. I'm actually like, be like, hey, throw me into this. Hey, hit me with this, please. Like, I want as much emotion from the fans as I can possibly get. And if you throwing me into thumbtacks, if you freaking hitting me with a chair, if me suplexing you into freaking like light tubes or a table or whatever is gonna like literally get this fan like in tears, do it. Like, that's my whole thing is like, I don't care how much it's going to hurt me. If I can send a fan home in tears because either I'm the baby face and they feel bad for me and they're worried about me, or I'm just the nasty heel and they literally want to like beat up in the back, then freaking do it. Like, I will bleed for you. I will do everything for you. Like, I mean, I just threw Jacob Rose at FGW off a ladder a few weeks ago. Like, yes. Can't talk what, but I can give you a hint of what's that's leading to. Like,
I just love seeing the women progression of wrestling, and to see that forefront. It's argued about where like the hardcore style and female wrestling started, but like, or the new evolution of it came from. But just seeing that raw grittiness, and like Liv Morgan, perfect example. I think it's added to her character because I was starting to not like her. And now that she's doing that more like Extreme Rules style of like where she's bringing weapons, or she was going at Ronda, I like her more now.
Personally, I think they're trying, because I've also been around. I think they're trying to make her the female Jeff Hardy, and I'm like, it's starting to back off on me.
Why'd you have to say that? No, she's ruined Liv for me.
Really heard backstage WWE one time. Hey, Liv, we're gonna make you do this because Jeff Hardy did it one time.
Oh, man, I don't like Jeff Hardy. Man, why I gotta say that?
Oh, yeah. Hey,
I thought we could be friends. No, I'm just kidding.
I love the fact what women's wrestling has come to, because if it was still the freaking bras and panties matches and like shit pillow fights and shit like that from back in the day, I would not be in it. Like, screw this. Like, I am in it for like women doing the cage matches. I am freaking for freaking everything. Freaking put me in there with a freaking guy that's literally gonna bust me open, shoot, and I literally have to fight for my freaking life. Like, I love all that. Like, I might
watch.
Yeah. Like,
don't like that, girl. I'm in. Like,
I'm so in. You should, like, for FGW every Wednesday, watch mine and Jacob Rose's feud. Like, I think that's something you're gonna get into. So
you'll have to send me a link, or send me the link.
Every single Wednesday at 7. Now it's Thursday. I lied. Every single Thursday at 7 o'clock.
Good. I don't have wrestling to watch on Thursdays. It's the only day I'm missing. I usually catch up on Dark.
Or OVD on both on Thursdays. So.
Wow, man. Well, all I can say is for anybody to try to market themselves after Jeff Hardy,
don't do it. All right, it would be a bad move.
Don't do it, please. you will take someone's career. I mean, the only unless you want to, it's not gonna propel them anywhere. I mean, or even get high as Jeff Hardy was, but.
See, now you just took it too far, because like I don't like him just from an in-ring standard. I don't care about the exterior.
Oh my God. And please don't dance like Jeff Hardy. People think that you're having an epileptic fit, but Anyway,
there's a funny story about that, actually. I have.
About the Jeff Hardy dance?
And Batista.
Oh, Lord,
So,
here we go.
We used to get together for wrestling pay-per-views back in the day. And at my buddy George's house. My now wife and my buddy George would talk about how men, finish business in the bedroom, and that asked if that was how they would finish. So these two, like for a good year and a half, ruined professional wrestling for me because all entrances for them became that. I can't change some of my entrance feelings about wrestlers now because of my wife and one of my best friends.
Oh my God.
You hear one of that entrance music.
Mental block. Okay, I'm good. All right.
Question's yours.
Yeah, I'm moving on. So Shawna, you've been getting the call basically from everywhere. Not with, because you've been on you've been called for WWE, for backstage stuff. You've already been on AEW Dark, and of course, you've also been called to Impact. So, taking away, if you can break it down, which experience from each company has been the most exciting for you from each of those groups? If you can kind of let us know what was the most exciting one for you so far from each one of those.
So WWE was a huge thing for me because I got called to them 3 months into my career and I had no contact with them at all. So somehow they must have found me. Actually, I knew who. I worked for a company in Chicago, and I guess that Chicago promoter really liked me, and he sent my information into WWE. And within like 3 weeks later, I got the first call to WWE. And I'd only been in the business 3 months. And like I've gotten very lucky. I've done 24 loops with WWE now.
Wow.
And like, so that's just a childhood dream of mine, like just to be backstage at WWE, like to work for them, to be paid for them, to get a freaking paycheck from WWE. It's freaking cool. The coolest thing I want to say that I've done with them, I've never gotten a dark match. I'm actually taller than a lot of their female talent. And they're like, no, we can't have that. So, but like, one of the coolest things I got to do, I got to fly out to LA for Survivor Series, like the year Ronda Rousey debuted.
Wow, that'd be cool.
I got to go to Survivor Series out in LA, and I got me and another guy got chosen to be a paramedic. And so me as a child, I was always a Rey Mysterio fan, and like me as an older like adult, like Randy Orton, like
He has the perfect bod as a male. I'll say it. I don't care.
That's why I like him. So like we got to be paramedics for them. Like when Randy stole Rey Mysterio's mask. Like I got to be the paramedic for Rey. And they had told us that like, hey, like this is what's all going to happen. Randy's going to stand over top of you guys. And then like he is probably going to attack Rey again. And they turned to the guy and said, we don't give a crap if you get hit. And they turned to me and they're like, you better get the hell out of the way. If you get hit, you're never getting invited back. I'm like, well, crap. So I'm sitting there and they're like, oh, and by the way, if Rey's bleeding, you have to put on these gloves. Okay, cool. We go out there, Rey's bleeding. And I'm like, and I'm sitting there, shit. And they're like, oh, by the way, Shawna, it's your job to keep Rey's face hidden from the world. And I'm like, you're telling me I have to keep one of my childhood heroes is if anybody sees his face, it's my fault. So literally Rey is laying on the ground. I've got like a towel over his face, suffocating this poor man, trying to also put gloves on. Also, hi Randy Orton, how you freaking doing? Like or more like, hey, I have to watch you because you're about to come and attack and I'm not allowed to get hit. So in the whole video, you literally watch me like trying to put these like gloves on, also looking back at Randy, like I can't get hit. And so literally I'm trying to put these gloves on, shaking because I'm like, oh my gosh, like I don't know when this hit's gonna come. And I also have to keep this on you. So I got that situation. But then they went over time. So Randy didn't have to attack him. And I was like, okay, cool. So then that was really, really cool. Like, I mean, having Randy Orton right here and it's like, hey. But like that was really cool. And like it's just really cool to work for them. AEW is the first time I've gotten to work, actually have matches and be on Dark. And be in front of all these people. Like the coolest time, I want to say, when I was at my hometown in Cincinnati, Ohio, Mox got my parents front row tickets. So yeah, when I wrestled Jade, well, let me rephrase that. When I got killed by Jade.
I was gonna say, Reed, you might want to fix that, dear.
Lord.
You got highlighted by one of my girls.
Yeah. They're like, yeah, so you get to throw a clothesline. Like, by the way, my mom's in the front row. First major wrestling show she's ever been to in her life. Like,
wow.
But like, so that, I mean, that was cool that like, so literally Mox got like my parents, so my dad, my brother, and like my family, like literally were front row. Mox got them front row tickets. So they got to see me on that bigger stage. Sure, I died. But like they got to see me. And the freaking crowd went nuts when I came out. Like it was really cool, like to see like people in Cincinnati that like almost the whole freaking arena knew me. Like when I tell you, I've never heard a crowd scream that loud and like chant my name. Like, you know, I'm just me. I'm just seeing myself as a little old indie wrestler. But then I go out there and I'm freaking like, people are acting like I'm Stone Cold. Like Stone Cold just returned. I'm literally like looking around, like to the point like Taz even mentioned that in the commentary. Like,
hey.
That was really, really freaking cool. And so just getting to wrestle on AEW is cool, like getting to be out in front of a bigger crowd. And then Impact, I was a surprise and no one knew. And literally, once again, it was like Stone Cold freaking showed up. And like the crowd went insane. Like, I have the video of prior to the match starting and prior to Masha coming out. And the crowd was like, I thought that the AEW crowd went crazy. That freaking Impact crowd, like, it was so cool. It was in this one, I actually got an entrance. I got like a screen with my name on it, and I got to come out as an entrance. So that one was fun. That was really, really cool. And you know, just your different experiences. It's like a dream come true. So even if you know you go out there and you're scheduled to die, like, you know, it doesn't matter.
Scheduled to die. Perfect. Well, I mean, obviously,
Jay did beat her up.
Well,
I still have PTSD from that freaking. I'm pretty sure my shoulder is still out of place, but it's fine.
Oh my God.
It's one of the best things in AEW, in my opinion.
She has the look, and you know what? She has the look, and like she is training her ass off. Like she's never done anything like this prior to this. Like,
right.
Normally, I would have been like, you know what? Like, yeah, you booked her because of her look, but like the fact that she is training and she's trying, and she's actually showing like that she wants this, like in training outside of like this. Like she's gained my respect, and like her character is such like this bitchy character, but how she was with me backstage prior, and when she figured out that I could work, and then after, because I guess she had someone who couldn't work the week before, so she was like really like, I don't know if I want to do this. I'm like, let's go out in the freaking hall and practice. And she goes, oh, and then out in the ring, I like exceeded her expectations to the point I came backstage and she like picked me up and hugged me and like almost cried thanking me. Like, and then they used me like on her Titanatron, like her video, like anything. They were using me and her for a while. Like,
you were getting the implant buster, weren't you?
Yeah.
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 One of the greatest moves to ever be invented.
Yeah, and she's great. She told me like I jumped so high that literally she lost me. I'm like, whoops.
She's one of my favorite things in AEW. She's
Right. She's money. She is money.
Is she as pretty as she really looks on TV? Like,
No,
she has to be gorgeous. She has to be gorgeous.
She has the look. She has everything. The second she gets that actual she's so much better than when I wrestled her. But the second that she actually gets the full thing, like, she already has the look. She's freaking money. But the second she has the full package, she's skyrocket to the freaking moon.
Oh, okay. So with that being said, we're gonna go in. You hung out with the Rhodes family. You know them. Let's take a note out of Cody's thing. He got fired. He made a list. What's your list? Who are some of your dream matches, girl?
AJ Lee, if she ever got back in the business, that's my ultimate dream match. I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't really have like women's matches like as dream matches. Like AJ is like honestly the only girl I really want to work. That I would be an ultimate dream that I would probably cry and be like, okay, I can retire now. Like, but one of my dreams is like I want to lock up with Mox. Like I told Moxley, like I want to just lock up with you, and he's like, okay, let's do it. I'm like, no, we're gonna do it at some point in life. It's just gonna happen. But like I have two like dream guy matches that I want to work, and there are two indie guys. I want to work Aaron Williams, and I want to work Jake Oman. There are two indie guys. Jake's been going like he's freaking international now. He's amazing, and Aaron is just so good, and I think me and him would click so well together. They've both been around for like ever, so those are two guys I definitely want to work. And then, like I said, female wise, AJ, I would probably cry. I'd be like, I can retire now. I don't care. I'm done.
Right on.
Oh man. Oh well. Yeah, that is kind of interesting though. With you're wanting to wrestle a couple of guys. I mean, granted, it's some of us wouldn't even think about intergender matches as dream matches, but I could see how in some certain circumstances really would work. So I could definitely see that. I mean, I have seen some intergender matches, but man, so I'm almost thinking, something of like a if you get like a no holds barred Extreme Rules match, intergender, that seems to be a little gruesome for me.
Hey, I still want to see Nia Jax get Moxley anyway.
Nah, she'll stiff him. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Remember the infamous scream, my friend. That's all you can hear.
Oh! No, you'd make that.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I would like to see Awesome Kong with some of the men, but Awesome Kong's also like ultimately one of my favorite female wrestlers to ever walk this earth.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. So getting to my let's see. Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, so usually as long as I've been around traveling around the indies and everything else, what I usually like to do is we outside the ring, whether it be either at a show where you're like outside, maybe at a merch table, or even just outside after a show, or even like somehow you're traveling throughout your day, throughout the week, and you may run into a fan, or something like that, and you may have an encounter from like with a fan that may be interesting. Do you have like any type of memorable fan or road story experience that has either stuck with you for any reason that may be funny, or maybe for some other reason, one way or the other?
No.
No. That is a bold-faced lie. With you just lying and looked at the camera like that. That is a bold-faced lie. So
The memorable fan moment. I am a nurse in another life. So a child and her dad came into. I worked at a family practice. New patient comes around, child. Her dad brings her, and this kid is like, I'm like, doing all her vitals and stuff like that. This kid's looking at me, like hardcore, just staring at me. And I'm like, okay. And then, I just do the vitals and I walk out. The doctor goes in, and then I have to go back in, and I had to give him something. I don't remember what it was. But like, this kid's once again just like staring at me. And he goes, I'm so sorry. Like, we just went to this wrestling show this Friday, and she thinks you look like this girl. And I'm like, yeah, you know what? Because I remember what it was. I had to give this kid a shot, and this kid was like, no, not about it. And then when this kid figured out, like, I was just like, it's because that's me. This kid let me give her the shot after she. But that was cool. Memorable road stories actually from my very first time ever on the road, ever. I worked at Blue Water Championship Wrestling in Port Huron, Michigan. And we stayed at this really, like, the promoter put us up in this hotel that he was friends with, and we're real good friends with the promoter. And, this like hotel, like, ended up I was like rooming with like Sean Casey and Cody. And he roomed all the wrestlers there. I'm just gonna say that. The front desk accidentally gave us the master key. And
oh no. Oh, so you could go into any room that was there, and all the wrestlers were booked there.
Yep. And
okay, that's trouble there. Go on.
Eric Smalls is like known in like the midget wrestling, and he, like, so we had Eric with us, and Shark Boy was on the show, and so was
yes.
Chris Masters. And I ended up, they accidentally had me room with Chris Masters. I walked in and saw Chris. He was already asleep. I literally saw Chris in the bed, and then I'm like, nope. Because like, just me, like, this is my very first time ever on the road. I turned to Cody and I'm like, I'm rooming with you tonight. I'm not freaking rooming with him. I'll cry. Like, I'll say something stupid. So I turned around, and then like I said, we figured out we had the master. So we started going in people's rooms, and so we decided that Eric Smalls, we went into Shark Boy's room, and he was asleep, and Smalls like just jumped in his bed and started jumping. I'm pretty sure if you go back on my Facebook page, if you go back far enough in my videos, the live video is still there because I lived it. And then like we went into somebody else's room, and I don't remember who it was, but they were doing the deed.
Oh no.
I don't remember who it was, but Eric, once again, our little midget wrestler friend, goes and jumps on them while they are having fun. And,
oh my God.
Yeah, he's jumping on them while they are, doing that. Yeah, that's my first ever wrestling road trip story ever.
Oh my God. Oh God. Boy, that ranks up there from what I heard. I mean, I have never heard of anybody getting a master key to a hotel and just walking into other people's rooms.
I'm pretty sure because I lived everything. So I'm pretty dang sure if you go way far back, like at least 6-7 years in my freaking in my videos, it's still there.
Oh my god! I just and the advantage is to have a small person with you, just to go in and just disrupt everything. In
Yeah.
bed.
First part is like Smalls while the people are having sex, like he's jumping out and he goes, "This is what happens at the end."
Oh my god!
Oh, that's great.
Oh
Yeah.
my lord!
That's my hero.
Oh,
Shark Boy is one of my favorite wrestlers.
Love him. He is a family friend. Like, he is the sweetest person ever. He is literally he's like one of my really good friends. Him and his wife both.
Yeah, Shark Boy's the bomb. My kids were playing with my Shark Boy for the longest time. Yeah, one of my only few TNA. TNA was one of my favorites, but yes, straight up Shark Boy. What's up?
Yeah, then from our comment line, Smalls got more action than anyone that weekend. So, oh my god, that is too funny. Oh, that at least you got video of it. That in itself is, I guess, a treasure. I guess you would say.
I mean, if there's naked people on there, how you still got that thing up? Wait, what'd you say?
They were under the blanket.
Oh, thank God.
Oh yeah. I would.
Doing it under the blanket.
I guess that's kind of good in certain circumstances, or else you wouldn't be able to put the video up there. Yeah.
With half the stuff Facebook lets you put on online.
I got 60 days for a chandelier. Leave me alone.
But what kind of chandelier?
It was legitimately a chandelier, but the way it shadowed, it looked like a female's. But it's legitimately a chandelier.
Oh my gosh.
Man, I used to get in trouble by Facebook all the time. I got all the badges.
Oh my gosh, you're making the fact checker so unhappy right now. Oh my lord. Well, I think we've come to the point in the show where we're at least getting ready to wrap things up here with you. Where can people find you online? Where do you have your next shows upcoming here in the States where people can see you? And do you have any big projects coming up?
So I got a bigger project coming up in a few weeks, but I can't say anything about that at the moment. But they can find me on Facebook at Sean. Just type in my name, Shawna Reed. Twitter is Shawna Reed 93. Instagram is Shawna_Reed. You can check out my videos, my matches on YouTube. I am on OVW every single week, which airs on Thursdays on Fight TV. We're currently not they just went on holiday break, so we won't be back till January. I'm in Hamilton, Ohio every single Friday for Future Great Wrestling. That actually premieres, if you can't make it to Hamilton, that premieres on YouTube on Thursdays at 7 p.m. And then where else am I at? I think my last show of the year, if it's not Future Great Wrestling, is Battle of the Border on New Year's Eve, which is going to be in West Harrison, Indiana. That is actually, like I said, New Year's Eve. And then honestly, I just figure out where I'm going to be the week. I look on Monday what state I'm in. And
then hi ho. I
Wow. Well, I mean, like I say, you're busy, but at least you're home now. At least you know we're gonna wake up tomorrow anyway. So
yes, I'm so happy. I get to sleep in this bed. My dog's already taken over my bed.
I thought you were on the couch this whole time. You're sitting on the floor.
On the floor for you. Here is in my laundry basket. I am on the floor.
That's dedication right there.
My dogs are up there. Maggie, come here.
Yeah, I got 3 months myself. I try to keep out
My dog's not allowed
But-
on my bed. My wife every once in a while lets him on there, but it's all right.
Yeah, I let my dogs on my bed because I'm like, I need somebody to cuddle with.
Yeah, I got.
I don't even like
Yeah.
my cats on the bed.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Yeah, I've got 2 dogs, a guinea pig, and a turtle, and I'm like, if I could freaking cuddle with all of them, I would.
we have 4 cats and a dog.
I'd die in your house. I'm severely allergic to cats.
Used to have a prairie dog. Kind of want
Oh, yeah.
another one.
Yeah, I've got a Beagle Lab mix. She's
Oh, that's cute.
yeah, and then I have a miniature poodle, not by choice. Like I was really close to my grandma, and then my grandma died. I got her dog because I was the only one her dog would come to, and my grandma is laughing up there in heaven right now at me because I told myself I would never have another poodle in my life because they're so yippy yappy and just. I literally told her, I'm like, I will never have a poodle again. She died. But guess who got the poodle?
Grandma's laughing at you now. She strikes after death.
Wait, like I messed with you when I was alive. Wait till like you think it's over? You think it's done? No, this is the longest running joke ever.
Wow.
That's funny.
Wow,
I like
that,
your sense of humor.
I miss like I love him. I pretend like I don't love him because I do, but God.
yeah. Same thing with my mutts. My dogs get on, nag me constantly because I'm never there at the right time to feed them or whatever. And
Mine
they
needs a job.
Yeah, yours needs a job.
So do mine.
All he does is sleep on the couch, man. Like my dog is such a cat. It's not funny. He blends right in with the cats.
All my dogs do is sleep too, unless I move. If I freaking like was to walk out of this room, look out. They have to.
No, he doesn't care.
No, my dogs do. They have to either be touching me or I have to be in visual, or they go insane.
Bandit's so lazy that when the mailman used to come to the window and like we just turned our stuff around, so the couch used to face out our bay window, right? This dog would just sit there with his head off the couch and be like, ruff, ruff, ruff. He didn't move. A pit bull lab, 2 hyper breeds, and I have the laziest damn dog. But don't come in my house if you don't know, if he doesn't know you. Don't come in my house. It's not safe for you. The whole demeanor changes.
Oh wow!
But he is lazy.
Good God! Oh my God! Yeah. Well, shoot, man. I'll tell you some good stuff. Yeah, we've all got some interesting pets. I'll tell you that. I'll just say that. You know, my dogs are out at times and they'll never get on my bed because, you know, I got sleep apnea and I deal with backaches. So my old ass has got an adjustable bed. You're not getting on my soft adjustable bed.
My dog got sleep apnea. I can't make her stop snoring and I like have to kick her. Like I'm like, shut up.
All you hear in Ruby's room is
when she's drinking, like I hear like I'm like she'll start like running in her sleep and I'm like
my youngest funny. Yeah, your Beagle mixes with the lab. Mine is with the Great Pyrenees, so that's
oh shit.
So there you go. Oh,
did you say Beagle Great Pyrenees?
Yeah, don't put a picture in your head. I don't want to imagine how that happened.
I want to see what this dog looks like.
is there like some auto generator on like online?
What kind of Sims machine were you fucking going to make a dog, dude?
Yeah, someone's having too much fun at the cloning lab, I guess. I don't know, but basically facial head of the Beagle, but the body of the Great Pyrenees and
that's crazy.
Yeah, thing's a monster.
My Beagle lab has the body of a beagle, the color of the lab, of a chocolate lab.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, but she's old, so she's got like a bunch of white on her too now.
Bandit's like a nice blend of both.
Yeah, she's currently actually under the bed, like looking at me like, "Mom, stop hitting the floor. I'm not coming out. Like I'm trying to."
Wow, man. So how about this? We were going to talk about like one last topic,
yes,
and
let's do it.
let's just kind of do this because since you're on with us here, we were going to talk about this per se, but the whole thing this past week and the whole buzz is about in the wrestling world is with Mandy Rose getting let go by WWE because releasing content, or at least she was, going to her content site. So apparently, snitches didn't get stitches, and so one person told who, and we're hearing rumors now that Matt Bloom told Shawn Michaels, and Shawn Michaels threw a holy war fit, and then called for her release. So she was like really one of the strongest things going in NXT, and then all of a sudden, boom, it's gone. So the thing I don't get about that is you go back into the 90s, the whole Attitude Era, you had Sable, you had Tori, you had China, Christy Hemme, Candice Michelle, all of them posing for Playboy, basically with nothing on, but yet Mandy Rose puts out her own stuff and all of a sudden she's gone. So, but yet we're going back into the PG, like the PG-14 era. So I just really don't get why she got let go at all.
Well, think about this, like Paige. She had sex tape come out, not like 4 years ago, where she literally showed everything. Like,
yeah, but I mean that got released, and that's different. I'm sorry, there is different because there's actually action content with that, but I don't know anything about Mandy's content. But the whole thing is, if it's related to what Sable and China and all of them were doing back in the 90s or going into
Here's
2000s.
my issue with it all. Here's my one big issue with it all. Is the person that called for her release did the same damn thing.
I know, right?
I've seen the picture was because like my friend like on that freaking like site or whatever, and he sent me the picture because I was like, what the frick even is the picture? And it's the picture of her, like she's naked, but she's got the title over her breast and then the title over her vag. That's the picture, and she's laying by a pool.
Same thing. The hypocrisy. I don't care. Like, no.
No,
the dude that's running your developmental portion did the same thing.
I know, right?
Why is this an argument? Your hottest woman to become one of the most standouts for your company, specifically where in NXT they had no real, Rhea went away, Raquel went away. They had no one to hold the women up there. Mandy made herself that person on the same thing, and I don't like her personally as a wrestler. I think she probably is a beautiful woman to be around, and that is Athena. You literally told her that she wasn't pretty enough. This girl goes and just does it, makes money off of it, and you don't like it? Suck a fat one. Bring her back. I want Toxic Attraction as the trio, as the group. Mandy did nothing wrong.
Roxanne's title reign, like I guarantee her first time she goes out there with the title, just because wrestling fans are wrestling fans, they're either going to boo her or they're going to be like Mandy, they're going to chant Mandy.
They're going to rip her apart, and you just ruin. And Roxy does not deserve this whole thing. That's another, and that's a great point. You hurt another person in the process of all this, because too much about wrestling is double standard, in my opinion, when it comes to the division of man and woman, blah, 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 whatever. Like, get that out of the head. Like, they can do it. We can do it. It all can be a great thing. We can all make money together and have a great, great philosophy. Mandy made money and it hurt an image of supposedly the toy line. Mattel got upset or something about it too. That's another one of the issues, but it doesn't matter. You're mad that a woman went out of her way to make money. Plain and simple. Shut up.
Yeah, and you agreed to like the kind of character that she was. Like, I mean, I don't know.
You helped, if Vince makes them and all that stuff, you helped create that one. And she did it and did an amazing job, and I want Mandy back.
Yeah, no, I'm full on. Like, I'm not gonna be honest with you. I'm not a Mandy Rose fan as a person personally, but like what she did with NXT, the whole toxic attraction thing, her as a champion was like she did great. She did great, and that was the only thing going for NXT. I don't watch NXT because like I don't like anything about NXT. Like, but the only thing I actually kept up with was her. Like I would see that, I'm like, okay, cool. What's going on in this situation? Like,
Mandy was
the only thing that caught my attention. You have to catch my attention for me to watch. Like I won't watch unless you catch my attention. And she's the only thing that caught my attention. So,
I personally in NXT, the women's division specifically, the best title reign in the female wrestling world of NXT specifically was Asuka. The only other person to beat that, in my opinion, 100% my opinion, is Mandy. Mandy proved once again that the bombshell, aka Trish Stratus, she's like was that person too, could become one of the greatest female wrestlers and a great talent. And I'm not talking about Mandy being a great wrestler per se. She's more entertainer, and I respect that. That's nothing wrong with it. But she also polished a lot of her in-ring work and was working matches with so many of those new girls, or the new faces to NXT at least, and making just banger after banger. I'm going to take one from Sheamus, man.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm also hearing other side reports that it wasn't necessarily those belt draped over pics, but apparently there were some nip slips that were on.
Yes, I'm pretty sure the real issue, and I watched the video, I'm not going to lie to anybody, but Mandy's hot. I'm not going to deny anything. So, but Mandy, when she did a video of her in the pool topless, that is the real issue of the whole thing. Once again, I'm all for everybody doing whatever the hell they want. I support it. Whatever. Did not hurt my feelings whatsoever. If you don't like it, control your kids. Keep them away from it. It's that stuff. It's up to the parents. It's not up to the company, the person, like anything like that. I'm going to tell you how it is. I don't give two crap. But yes, Is it provocative? It was. But hell, I'll pay my money again.
But Mattel's worried about them, their freaking their toy line or whatever. I got news for Mattel. Back in the 70s, or 80s, whatever, even before then, there were boys that were buying Barbie dolls just to undress them, okay? And I've seen it happen. You know, it's like it's not going to matter. You know, they're going to do it anyway. So it's like
this is going to get me heat. I'm a collector, right?
Yeah.
When Mattel gets women's facial features correct on most of their WWE women's action figures and stuff, then they can complain about a woman making money off of her bits.
Right. Right.
9 times out of 10, most of the female action figures, the toys that I like to collect, you know, my kids like to collect, most of the females look like freaking Bride of Chucky. They don't even look like the women. So Mattel, sit down and shut it.
Yeah. Answer to this question: how many Barbies did I get? 0, jerk. 9. All right.
I did have a kin. I did have a kin because I wanted a kin so I could play with my little sister. That is a true story.
Right. Right. And only women buy Playgirl, right? So
Shawna's like, oh my god, these two. What have I got myself into?
You know?
I mean, this guy. What? You're over here. Okay. This guy apparently bought the Mandy Rose video. I'm gonna be like, yo, bro, send me the link.
I 100% went and looked for it. I'm not gonna lie. I love women.
That's all right.
Hey, wait a minute. Time out. When Seth Rollins bits got leaked, I 100% went and looked at him. And you know the first person I sent that to? My wife. So you wonder sometimes. I'm not gonna lie. Like,
oh my Lord. Huh. I don't know where to go from that. I really don't.
Rue's like, I can't no more.
I think the stream is breaking up again. I can't hear anybody.
Oh my. Oh my.
I actually have not seen Shawn Michaels, and he did a cover show.
No. I heard about it. I've never seen it. Not going to see it. I'm not interested because I'm like, I could do a contrast, but then I have to go and look at the pics. I'm like, did he really I don't know if he showed his butt or I don't care.
Did you say you're going to analyze the photos?
Yes, analyze. Yes. Yes. Oh my God. Yeah, thanks.
This is why you love this business, right?
Thanks a lot. Yeah, thanks a lot, Z.
Douchebag.
Yeah, thanks a lot. Appreciate it.
All
right. I don't know. I'm going into the deep end. I need to get bored to the shower. Somebody swim me. All right. Well, but yeah, I hope I mean, do you see Mandy going anywhere?
Mandy can go wherever she wants.
Yeah. Yeah, well,
talking that website just went up. Like she's making more.
That's the thing.
At WWE.
So I one of the other rumors was that she got rid of the website, she could stay, right? Supposedly she said no, obviously, because she no longer with WWE. And then the next damn day, she takes it from $25 to $40. Mandy Rose, go baby, go! You fierce lioness. Oh, I love it. Suck it to all these men. I love it. I'm all for it. No, you.
She raised the price, and from what I heard, she's actually got more subscribers, even with the price being raised.
Yes.
People are like, what made her get released? Like, you got those people that don't care, but then you have the people that are like, I want to see it anyways. Like, so like,
her video is still tasteful. Like, you didn't see anything, but like, who cares? Who cares?
Right.
You're talking to the guy that also wanted to go live in a nudist colony, so. Because I just don't care. I don't like clothes. I hate it.
Yeah, well, it doesn't work well in the shower, so yeah, you kind of have to work like that. Oh man. Anyway, let's. Oh my gosh, I think I am so done.
What Ruby's trying to say, Shawna, is we are very happy you finally joined us. What, 3 weeks in the making, basically. You go ahead, Ruby. Keep going.
No,
I'm not used to the closeout, man. It's your job.
Oh, I thought you had something else on the mind. My bad. So,
oh, you want to find the Manny video?
No video making for me. I got it. I'm not. It's not on my Christmas list. Don't even think about it. Just put it. Keep your own private collection, my friend.
Save it.
No, but Shawna, I mean, it's great that we got you on here finally. Like I said, we got through the tech gremlins over a course of like 3 Sundays, and even you almost didn't make it. So I don't know. I'm gonna have to find Restream and choke a bitch and say, hey, you got to stop doing this. We
so violent.
Yeah. So, but man, I appreciate you getting on here. Taking your time and your busy schedule just to hang out with us and kind of, everything. We definitely wish you more success. Just a great individual all around. And I do thank you very much for joining us. For me and Z, and holidays coming up. Yeah, look at this. this show outdid Bill Alfonso, which included mention porn boobs and everything. Okay.
We're an inclusive group here.
Yes. All we got from God bless you, Bill. All we got were rough. But anyway, got throughout the entire show. But no, thanks for hanging in here with us and working through all the glitches, and it was definitely worth the wait. So yeah,
that was fun.
Oh man, it was great. Me and Z are going to go into the green room here after we end the stream, but we don't know what we're going to. Hey, you know what? I don't know. Me and Z are going to have to talk about what we want to do for the rest of the year, if anything. But we have no scheduled guests for Shawna was actually our last scheduled guest for 2022. We've got bigger things coming up for 2023, and definitely spread the word, like and subscribe. Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch.
Ooh, look at you!
It's all four, guys.
Hit the bell. Get the notifications.
That's right. just hit all that. You can follow.
Why'd
all
I
that.
go Pink Panther there for a minute? I don't know why.
Yeah. And I'm actually going to go. Yeah, I'm actually going to go test Twitch tomorrow to see if actually I've made some changes to the settings to maybe they actually save the video this time. Of course, I can only probably have it for about 14 days, but still, at least they save it. So, or anybody wants to go back, but we have we actually, I don't know if I could see my Twitter watchers, but I know we had one watching last week.
YouTube,
but
just go to YouTube.
Yeah, YouTube, just YouTube. Everything's good, just YouTube it all. But for Shawna Reed and for the Gem City Mouse Zmiz, I am Rough Cut Rick Ruby. Thank you all once again for tuning in to episode number 82 of the Falls Count Everywhere podcast. If we don't see you next week, I wish you all a Merry Christmas, and after that, maybe Happy New Year. And yeah, oh yeah, we may get Black Christmas night, we may get lit. Who knows? We may get stupid. I don't know. Anyway, guys, see you later. We'll catch you on the flip side, and have a great week and spend it with the family. And next weekend, guys, have a good night. Thank you very much once again.
Love you all.
Thanks again for tuning in to tonight's episode of the Falls Count Everywhere podcast. Don't forget our friends at the following: Outside the Ring STL, the Searcher and Hide podcast, and We Talk Wrestling. The Falls Count Everywhere podcast is an LTX Enterprises production.